What is up, you guys? Naesam here, and this is going to be another video about tips and tricks for a Nighthold boss. In this video, we're going over Trilliax specifically. Sorry for the 2-week delay. I was very busy, but hopefully that won't happen again. But anyways, this is going to be, as I said, a tips and tricks video about Trilliax for Elemental Shaman specifically, so let's get started. So first things first, the talent I recommend for this boss is Ice Fury. There's a lot of movement, a lot of unpredictable movement, and a lot of long-term movement, and Ice Fury lines up very well with Annihilation. One thing I would not recommend on this boss is doing the opener you probably saw in the video, because casting Healing Surge is not recommended. But another option is obviously Ascendance. A lot of people use Ascendance on this boss. A lot of the top parsers are using Ascendance on this boss. Keep in mind that the top parsers are generally not getting any mechanics. They're kind of lucky, or they're not soaking cakes, or they're not... generally they're not doing mechanics, and that's why they're getting to sit there and turret, and Ascendance is better for turreting. But if you're doing mechanics, you're probably better off with Ice Fury. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that Elemental is just kind of a shit spec on this boss. But you do bring a lot of things that are helpful, like Gust of Winding over to the other side of the little play area and soaking a cake that no one else could get to, or no one else wanted to get to, is always a good thing. And Purging is another thing that you bring. You can make a simple Purge macro for your focus target, and if you're doing what Michael did, which was ignore the second add, you can set focus to that, and then purge it every time you see the debuff on it. It makes everyone else's lives a lot easier, unless you have a Shadow Priest or something like Michael did that always beat me to it. But there's a couple things you can bring to this boss, but in general, don't expect to do particularly well. So all in all, this boss is pretty simple. There's only a few tips I can really give. The main one being, if you're using Ice Fury, you want to use Ice Fury and Termkeeper as quick as you can in the pull. Like, don't empty all your Love Burst charges or anything like that. Just use them within a couple seconds of the pull, because Annihilation happens like 65 seconds into the fight. So if you have those abilities up right before Annihilation happens, you can use them and then be able to move while casting for like the next 7 globals at least. And that's if you get 0 procs. And you can kind of stutter step. I didn't really do it much in this heal video, but you can, if you get ahead of it, you can stop and cast an Elemental Blast or whatever, but be careful because sometimes he does switch directions. But basically, yeah, you just want to get those on and cool down as quick as you can. The second Ice Fury, you want to do the same thing, use it immediately, and they should line up really well with Annihilation. That's the main benefit of having Ice Fury. And also, if you have Sterilized and you're running around hitting Shrubbers and stuff, one thing you can do is, if you're completely out of range of the boss, just accept the fact that your damage sucks and you're not going to be able to do anything, and just build Maelstrom on the Scrubbers. And also, a lot of people are talking about how while moving, they'll Flame Shock the Scrubbers, and I would think that's potentially a DPS increase because you get a lot more procs. And if you aren't able to really do anything to the boss, it's probably a net gain, so you may want to play with that, especially if you're using Ascendance, because Ascendance is a lot more Lava Burst centric. But you basically just want to maximize what you're doing while moving, which is something I didn't actually do very well. But on the future kills I started doing that a little better, but on the first kill it was pretty bad, so don't play like you see me doing, play like you hear me telling you to play, basically. Whenever you're moving, always want to be flame chucking something, always want to be doing something. And that's a big reason for the Ice Fury choice on this boss. Honestly, that about sums it up on this boss. There really isn't much to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, hopefully you learned something if you guys are progressing on this boss. And there's a lot of choices. I am actually 7 of 10 Mythic as I'm recording this. So I have experience on all the available bosses up till Star Augur. So if you guys have any preference on which boss I should go over, leave a comment so I kind of know, because right now I don't really have any idea what boss to go over next, because I don't really know which one most people are on, or which one most people are going to after Trilliax. So again, if you have any preference, let me know, and thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.